So I've been unemployed for about 15 months now. It's a really long time.
Am I the only one on their working holiday visa in Australia who's just not having fun?
Australia does not produce 50,000 IT jobs every year. And when I tell you this, I'm talking about 50,000 new IT jobs. On the year 2023, I'm sorry, that was the latest that I could find.
If you can't get a job in Australia, please just listen to this. I'm going to tell you a 100% guaranteed way to get any job pretty much in Australia.
And today I'm trying to get a job in Sydney on a working holiday visa. I was turned down because I am a man.
You land in Australia with a backpack, a visa, and dreams of working your way across beaches and big cities. Sounds perfect, right? But then reality hits. Finding a job here is way harder than it looks. Whether it's the competition, limited hours, picky employers, or visa restrictions, a lot of people on working holiday visas are struggling. And we're not talking about dream jobs. We're talking basic barista gigs, fruit picking, or anything that'll pay next week's rent. And if you don't have Aussie experience, good luck. In this video, we're breaking down why it's so tough to get a job in Australia right now, especially for those here on a working holiday visa. The real obstacles, the loopholes, and what no one tells you before you arrive. Before we start, please show your support by subscribing and like the video. Let's start with the first rant.
Yeah, this comment is absolutely right. Australia is bloody cooked. And then you've got the government saying productivity is down. No shit, productivity is down. If people are working harder than ever, and most people I know, they're working their full-time job, they've got a couple of side hustles, and they still can't afford a house, they still can't have a future for themselves or for their kids, no wonder productivity is down. You know, we have a serious problem when people who are university qualified, and I'm talking like engineers, doctors, lawyers, healthcare professionals, teachers, people who are in really high demand, these people can't afford to live where they are required to work. That is a serious issue. No wonder productivity is down. I think a lot of young Australians are in this position now where they're like, what's the point? I did everything that I was required to do, all these things that were promised to me for following the right path that was set for me and doing the right thing by society. It's actually not bringing me any happiness. It's not giving me the things I was promised. So what's the point? What am I doing? What are we doing? What's everyone doing? Because yeah, at this point, I'm working my ass off to rent my landlord's fuck-ass small mold-infested studio, and I don't know, like, is it bad to want a little bit more for my life? Is it bad to want to go travel and see the world and do what makes me happy? Like, I don't know.
Okay guys, so the time has finally come. Can't find a job, so I have to do the humbling thing of walking in places and asking if they've got any jobs available. So I've got my CVs here, but I've realised I've got my English phone number, so I need to actually cross out and write my shit down. There's one across the road I'm going to go to first, but I feel like after I've done one or two I'll be better, but I'm so stressed. Actually worried that I might walk in there, panic, and then just order a coffee instead, which obviously wouldn't be good, but I feel like that's what I'm going to do. I know myself too well. So to sum up, job hunting's not going very well. I've been into about 6 places and nowhere's hiring, but a few places have took my CV anyway, so hopefully. But yeah, it's so humbling. Quite a lot of the people are really nice, to be fair, and one of the places are getting new owners tomorrow, so they were like, we don't even know if we've got jobs ourselves. But yeah, I'm going to still go to a few more. I've actually run out of CVs now, so I can't give anyone else my CV, but yeah, I've just stopped to get a fishbowl.
And today I'm trying to get a job in Sydney on a working holiday visa. I was turned down because I am a man. Apparently because it's a women's store, people get freaked out if they see a man working there. I don't know, it's nonsense. I'm not sure how valid it is calling it a women's store, considering half of, if not more, of the store was homewares. But It's fine, we roll. It's only one job. I've applied to about 200, over 200. Combination of online and in person, and I've had one interview, and I've only heard from a handful. So it's rough out there. It's rough. Yeah, if you're thinking of moving over here and you think it's easy, it's going to be easy getting a job, it's not. You might get lucky, but it's not easy.
I'm not sure if I've made a mistake in bringing us to Melbourne, I'll be honest with you. Although I've got a job now and we've got an apartment, and like, it's so exciting being in Australia in the city, we're both feeling really flat. Yesterday Lewis said to me like, oh, we could have, you know, stayed near the beach, although Melbourne has a beach. We actually wanted to go to Perth originally because of Lewis's job opportunities, and he's proven his point. Every time he's gone to an interview, they really like him, they think he's really skilled and highly qualified, but then they just shut the door in his face because of it. We're on a temporary working holiday visa. It's affecting me too. Like, obviously we're on one income and I've only just got paid today. It's freezing as well. Like, I've only got the clothes that I brought with me backpacking, and then a few bits that I've had to buy for like job interviews. And I know that's so superficial, complaining about not having any clothes, but it's just wearing me down. Like, in my head I thought when I came to Australia, obviously I was willing to do anything, and I'm doing a cleaning job, and that's nothing that I've ever done before, and I'm grateful I've got the job, but it's just not like what I imagined in my head. I imagined like we both get jobs, on the weekends we can go out and socialise. I've not spoken to anyone other than people that I work with, and poor Lewis hasn't spoken to someone in 3 weeks other than me. It's not that we're like lonely, we have no money to do a lot of stuff, and then when it's cold weather as well, it just keeps you in your flats. It's so exciting to have our own place, and we're in Australia, like reality set in, and I'm like, I just feel really deflated, I just feel really flat, I'll be honest with you. And all Lewis wants is a job. He wants to start earning money so that we can actually do stuff. Although we're still new to the city and there's so much more for us to see, and it will come in time, and I get that, and people will probably comment saying that, you know, I've not given it enough time. It's my truth, that's how I'm feeling at the moment, and I just feel like maybe I've picked the wrong city. Maybe I should have gone somewhere on the west side, or somewhere further up the east coast. So yeah, I feel like I've just vented there, but that's how I'm feeling, and I am honestly so grateful that I've even got this opportunity to be out in Australia. I am so grateful, and I think I need to keep saying that in my head. It's so easy done to just, once you've got everything, to start looking at all the negatives, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. And I just feel so bad for Lewis. Like, he just wants a job. I just want to go out, and I just want to have a girly night. I just want to have girly nights and girly drinks, and I want some sun, I'll be honest. I know I've just had 5 months in Asia of sun, but I'm so cold and I need some new clothes. I really need some new clothes.
You need to know what to do when working a second or third job in Australia. Don't make the same mistake I did when I got a second job. You need to claim the tax-free threshold with your first employer where you get the most hours so that you pay the right amount of tax. And then on your second job or on your third job, you should be paying more tax. Because if you don't, at the end of the financial year, you're not going to have been taken enough tax, which means that you are very likely going to owe money to the ATO at the end of the financial year. And you don't want to be in that situation. Now, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. You do what you want, but this is tips that I have learned.
Am I the only one on their working holiday visa in Australia who's just not having fun? I'm not having fun. Like, things are just not going well for me. Nothing is going right. This was supposed to be so much fun, and I'm not having fun. And it feels like every time I take one step forward, I take 2 steps back. It's really fucking hard.
Else who's moved from the UK to Oz will know this struggle. I've just got off another interview, and she said she really loves me, and then she finds out I have my working holiday visa, and then she tells me no. That's probably the 12th time that's happened where I've gone through a whole interview or started an interview and they've really liked me, I've really liked them, and then they're like, oh, we can't do it because of the visa. I've put it on my application. You know I'm on a working holiday visa. Just take me, please, for 6 months. Anyone knows how to get around the visa thing in Oz on a working holiday visa, please help me because I'm struggling.
Australia does not produce 50,000 IT jobs every year. And when I tell you this, I'm talking about 50,000 new IT jobs. On the year 2023, I'm sorry, that was the latest that I could find, there were 49,990 IT students that were studying their postgraduate research. So that's master's by research or master's degree, bachelor's or diploma. So almost 50,000 students only overseas. We're not even talking about the domestic students here, the people in TEF and the people who are doing all those certificates and whatever to get into the IT industry. So 50,000 students in a year, and I could not find the exact number, but Australia does not produce 50,000 IT jobs every year. And when I tell you this, I'm talking about 50,000 new IT jobs. I'm not talking about 50,000 vacancies posted.
So I've been unemployed for about 15 months now. It's a really long time. I just got through a final round of interviews the other day and I thought it went really well. I was really optimistic about it until I got an email this morning that I didn't get the job. And this has been my life for the past year. Getting interviews, going through rounds of interviews, and then not getting it. So it definitely takes a toll on you, and it's very frustrating, and anyone else in this job market knows what it feels like. And I know me just getting interviews is more than I can say for a lot of people who are also dealing with, looking for a job, but this job market is not for the weak, and I just have to go back to the drawing board now. So, yeah.
Yes, people, so I just want to talk about working in Australia. I came out to Australia mainly for football, but to work alongside is a plus. I got my work through agencies, but when it comes to agencies, it's half the luck of the draw. Like, you might get 1 day's work, 2 days work, but that's it. But you want to get your white card because you want to get put on a site where they'll want you for a few months, and that's when you get the work consistently. But like, I've tried Indeed, all them, and it's half the luck of the draw when it comes to working. Like, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows out here. You will have them down times, like. But with agencies, yeah, it's a bit hit and miss. Like, you'd want to get put on a site where it's only just getting started and they'll want you for a few months. But if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Peace out.
Australia update part 2. I don't know what accent that was. Today I'm looking for jobs, and for some reason I'm unbelievably nervous. I have like over a year of outside sales experience and like 8+ years in the service industry, but literally all you hear is horror stories in terms of people like walking around and giving off resumes. I don't know, y'all. I talked to 2 different places that seem hopeful, actually. Like, they seemed like they were actually interested in it, but this is so scary. I don't know. Okay, I'm leaving the comfort of my curb. For some reason, solo traveling is just a shit ton of sitting on curbs and like looking up where you're going next. Took the nose ring out. Not really sure how conservative this place is, but I do that in Alabama, so wish me luck. All the resumes are handed out. Prayers, manifestations, any witches out there, make some spells for me because your girl needs a job. Mwah.
Day 2 of finding a job in Australia. I have just woken up and I have some good news. I had someone that I applied to online offer me an interview saying I got through to the next stage. So it's a step in the right direction. I've got that early next week. I also had one of the cafes that I had in my resume in yesterday call me and ask for an interview. So we're getting there. It's exciting. It's hopeful. I mean, when I've applied to like 50 places online, it does get disheartening that no one has got back to me.
So I'm in a good place now. I'm excited, I'm happy. I do have no interview clothes because I've just got my backpack clothes. Are you tired? So I am going to do some shopping and get some stuff so I look professional and smart at my interviews. So I'll take you guys along with me on that, and hopefully I find something that is smart enough and cheap enough because I've got no money. But yeah, we're making a step in the right direction.
I have just moved to Australia around 5 days ago and I need a job, I need some money. So today I've printed off some resumes and I'm going to go hand them out. I've already applied for jobs on Seek, Indeed, Gumtree, Facebook group. I've literally done everything I possibly can, but I think it'll be better if I actually walk into the places and so they can see me, see what I'm like, and also actually physically look at CVs because they're easy to get lost online. I've also applied for my tax file number and I signed up at a bank and got my phone number the other day, and my physical bank card has already come. I didn't expect it to come that quick. But wish me luck, hopefully this goes well. If not, we'll just try again tomorrow.
I had a big old mental breakdown and disappeared off the face of the earth. Classic me move, but I'm back, so hello again. When we packed up and made the move to Australia, I really thought everything would just fall into place. And spoiler, it hasn't quite gone that way. And I know there's definitely worse places to have a quarter-life crisis, but the combination of unmedicated ADHD, no plan, no friends, and no job has really put me into a spiral the last few weeks. But now I'm coming back out of it, it does feel a bit silly. But I promised myself I'd be honest on here. The lack of progress is really my fault. With ADHD in full force, I've just been avoiding interviews like the plague. I convinced myself I couldn't work at all, so I just felt really stuck. Even opening TikTok felt overwhelming, and the longer I left things, the worse I felt. And then added to that, there's the complexities of this weird life limbo. I think it's something about being this age, and I know I'm not the only one. It's like travel, have a baby, get married, buy a house, or run a marathon, choose your fighter, but you're still going to feel lost anyway. I've been wondering whether I should be settling down, and the feeling of everything being temporary has really got to me, which is weird because it's always been something I've craved and I've never really been bothered by it. But I'm also the kind of person that needs to have everything planned to feel a purpose, and I just fully lost grasp with the whole reason of why we came here in the first place. Like, I was actually crying a week ago about not being able to buy furniture because I don't have a permanent house, which is absolutely hilarious. Meanwhile, my husband Alex has been out here thriving with a new job, and we've been on very different pages, so it's been a bit weird to navigate, but honestly I'm glad I didn't impulsively book a flight back home, so it's kind of growth. So what have I been doing with all this downtime? I've been running like an absolute maniac to David Goggins until my feet have bled just to feel something, which I don't know who I think I am, reading a book a day and picking up every random hobby possible to avoid dealing with everything. Of course I sacked off the 75 hard challenge pretty quickly too. The ADHD crisis was crisising. But I am medicated now, amen. So I'm on the other side. And here's the thing. Now that I've taken a breath, I can actually see, even if it looks nothing like I expected, I am actually where I need to be right now. And most people don't know what they're doing. I'm just working on being okay with the downtime, which is something I'm not used to, as I'm always in a rush, even if I have nothing to do or anywhere to go. So I'm just learning through the process. So I'm packing in the negative mindset because it really is just what you make of it. I've got an interview tomorrow. I have a bit more of a long-term plan, and everyone keeps reminding me that you never know what's around the corner. So I'm sticking with it. If you're watching this and you're feeling stuck or lost or like life isn't going how you thought it would have, then you're not alone, and it's okay to pause and reset. It's okay to come back even if you don't have it all figured out yet.
There is a controversy here in Australia when it comes to the last letter of the alphabet. Let me tell you a story. I work for a global company, and when I started working in Australia, my boss would tell me, hey, can you check on the NZ market? I'm wondering what she's talking about, but I'm new to the job. So I'm like, of course, let me go check on it. Is this a platform? Is this like a keyword in the industry that I'm not aware of? She was referring to New Zealand because they say the letter Z as Z here. But it doesn't stop here. They don't even use this letter. So in words like specialize, customize, analyze, nope, all spelled with the letter S. So not only do they call it Z, they're also ditching it in every single word. The hard truth, y'all, is I'm pretty sure the US is the only place on earth that is referring to this letter as Z rather than Z.
So I did this little experiment where I applied for 3,000 jobs in 1 month just to see what had happened. And why do I even test myself? Because I got so far like 100 responses and none of them offered me a job. Albeit they all look for experience in different roles and different industries and whatever, but 3,000 jobs is pretty significant. I think I applied for every single job under the sun. So I think the job market's fucked in Sydney, if you have to ask me in a very frank and specific way. I really am baffled as to how people get jobs. What is this city coming to where you can't live, you can't work, and you can't play? Isn't that what Sydney, Australian culture is supposed to be? Well, it certainly is not that anymore.
Working in Australia, real talk. In a nutshell, it's much harder than you think. There's the idea that it's super easy to find a job, that it's going to take you 3 seconds, that you're going to make a lot of money when you come here, but that used to be probably the case a few years ago, but ever since COVID, that has changed majorly. I don't want to sugarcoat it. If you don't have manual skills and you come to Australia thinking you'll be able to find a job in admin or just like office jobs as a whole, it's very unlikely, or it will be very difficult. There are all these workshops that are going on about, how to find a job and blah, blah, blah. But realistically, it's taking majority of people 3 to 6 months to find a job, which is a lot. In the meantime, you're having to pay rent, you're having to pay for everything, and it is very stressful and not the Australian experience that people were expecting to have when coming here. Here, I'm not even talking about immigrating permanently or finding a solution to do so. Even working holiday visas are really struggling, or students are really struggling to find a job, even if it's not to stay, but just pay the bills. Now, I'll say it again. If you do have manual skills and you have experience in your home country, that will really, really help. And if you're also ready to go regional instead of going to the main cities, this is where it's all blocked. There's no opportunities or very little opportunities. But if you go regional and you've got manual skills, then you have way, way, way higher chances to secure a job. I'm just keeping it real. Don't expect to come here and find something quickly because it's really hard. I'm really not going to sugarcoat it. And you should know what to expect when you come here because it can be a lot mentally to come here thinking you're expecting something and then the reality is very different. And if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments.
If you can't get a job in Australia, please just listen to this. I'm going to tell you a 100% guaranteed way to get any job pretty much in Australia. You're going to need 2 things, okay? They're simple. Number 1 is you're going to need a bit of personality. You need a bit of energy about you. You can't be rocking up to an interview, not looking like you want the job, head down, closed body language, whatever. Just be open, be smiley, be happy, and act like you really care about the job, regardless of what it is. If it's in a coffee shop, you are the biggest coffee connoisseur ever, you love coffee, whatever. If it's in a gym, you are a die-hard gym person. Even if you've never stepped foot in a gym before, your dedication and your everything to the gym, that's all you need to know. Even in a restaurant, okay, just tell the people that you love food, you love talking to people, you love making people feel good. That's all you need to say. Number 2, it's so simple, but no one does it because it's bad, but you know what I mean? You want a job or not? Skip Seek, Sip Indeed or any of them websites, they don't often work. Find the company, find the email, and find the manager's email. Write them a massive paragraph, 6, 7, 8, however many you need to do to get your point across. I need you to mention a few things. Number 1 is how much you care about this job and how much you want this job and cannot let this opportunity go. Number 2 is that you just beg that they give you 1 interview and that's all you need because you know they're going to love you. Number 3 is a little bit unethical, but just lie a little bit, okay? If you are going to work in a clothes store, say you've dealt with a clothes store before, you helped out with a family business, you've done this, you've done that. If you worked in a coffee shop before, just say you used to help out on the weekends doing this or doing that. If you worked in a gym, say you used to help out in the gym. That's all you need to do. Just a little bit of something that shows you have a little bit of experience. It doesn't matter how true it was. You don't need to be a full-time employee with 5 years worth of tracked history. You just need to tell them you've had a little bit of experience, okay? So it adds to when you're giving the energy and you're giving this, you only need 1 shot of the opportunity. That's it. I guarantee if you email 5 and if you get the interview at one of them, you stand a very, very, very good chance at getting that job and you can thank me for that. So you're not homeless. All right, enjoy.
The job market in Australia is shit right now, and that's definitely no secret. I'm a recruitment consultant who works in the finance space here in the Melbourne market, so I see it firsthand with people every single day. I work in the contract space in finance, so I work a lot with people on temporary visas, especially the working holiday visa holders. Now more than ever, we are seeing people land every single day with the same qualifications, looking for the same types of roles. I know that's the way it is in the finance space at the moment, for myself anyway. If you're looking for a role in Australia, I would advise you reach out to a couple of different recruiters, reach out to any companies you're interested to directly on LinkedIn, and have your CV ready, up to date. I'm a huge believer in what's for you won't pass you, and I think especially in this market, it's just to be resilient, and eventually the right role will come along for you.
So, yeah, the working holiday visa dream isn't always what it looks like on Instagram. Between limited job options, visa restrictions, and competition from locals and other travellers, landing a decent job in Australia can be a grind. But the more you know going in, the better prepared you'll be, whether it's knowing where to apply, what to avoid, or how to make the most of short-term gigs while you explore. If you've been through this, I'd love to hear your experience. What job did you get? How long did it take? Or are you still looking? Drop it in the comments so others can learn from it too. And if this video helped you or gave you a clearer picture of what to expect, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Yeah, I've got more honest takes coming your way on travel, work, and life abroad. Thanks for watching. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next one.